Came down to Crane's Roost to make a little video this morning. I've been kind of busy doing other things lately. A couple videos I had that I wanted to make, and apparently there's some big thing going on down here at Crane's Roost this weekend. Not sure what. You got crabs, all the tents lined up down here. Not sure what this is. Oh, it's the Uptown Art Expo. Shows how out of touch I am with what's going on lately. I've just been too busy doing other things. Yeah, this video is something I was planning to make, like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, when the videos that inspired it that I saw from some other people were like fresh in my mind. And kind of got distracted with some other stuff.
You said you were confused?
A little bit of that sub-Saharan Mindanao thing that I got into, you know, that one video. And then after that I just kind of got too busy to get back to that. But I was watching a video, and one of many on this subject, talking about how men are just like finished with the idea of marriage, you know, the institution of marriage, and that marriage is just basically these days, marriage is just a way for some woman to take 50% of your stuff, you know. And this is similar in vein to a lot of the videos you see about how men are just done with, you know, modern women and all this kind of thing. But something that a lot of people don't seem to realize is that the institution of marriage was never really about love, you know? It's nice if you can find somebody that you love to be married to, but that was not the original purpose of marriage. Marriage was a contract between a couple, a man and a woman, and society, that they were going to stay together, have children, teach those children to be a productive member of that society, indoctrinate them with the values of that society, and raise them to be good, productive, contributing members of society. Whatever that society's social norms and religious values were, you know, they were supposed to basically get together and form what would be the smallest unit of that society. The individual family, their extended family, their local community, their local town or city, and then, you know, the country, state, whatever. All natural lemonades, mocktails, more. That's the purpose of marriage. It was not about two people being in love and saying, oh, we want to be together, you know? The rest of society as a whole doesn't care if you're in love, all right? So you see the chalk art here? You know, what difference does it make to the rest of us in society if you're in love? That doesn't do anything for us, you know? There's no reason for, you know, society to be involved in that. You know, in terms of the official institution of marriage, we don't care, you know? So you're in love, so you're not in love. The most important thing to us is that you're raising children who are going to be good, peaceful members of society and they're not going to turn into a bunch of rabid animals like we see running around, attacking people, being hoodlums, you know, and that maybe someday one of them is going to try to murder one of the rest of us, and we're going to have to be forced to pull out a 45 and blow them away. You know, that's what we care about. Morning. You know, that's our only interest as a greater society in your marriage, okay? It's got nothing to do with whether or not you're in love, as far as the rest of us are concerned. But this is something a lot of people don't seem to understand or care about, really. In modern times, things have shifted because people are no longer interested in simply being a cog in the rest of society's plan, you know? And obviously, society has fractured so much where having a society where you have one truly cohesive mission and everyone's on board with it and trying to build the same kind of society, it's just kind of not the way things are anymore. You look at like Black Lives Matter and stuff, they talk about, you know, the nuclear family is like some kind of a racist institution. The idea that you've got one husband, one wife, raising their children and teaching them to be good humans, you know. Why can't we just have a bunch of mommy, you know, baby mamas and baby daddies hooking up in endless combinations and just letting their children run the street for the rest of us to take care of and deal with, you know? And that's just totally different idea. But they come right out and say it, that the nuclear family is some kind of a racist white man's thing that they would like to distance themselves from. We could see the same thing, you know, back when the issue of gay marriage was like first really being talked about a lot. You know, as long as people love each other, you know, what do you care who it is? But that's the thing. Society doesn't care. You want to hook up, whatever. But the institution of marriage, you know, as an actual institution and as a legal, I guess legally established relationship and a contract with the rest of society, it has nothing to do with whether or not you're in love. We don't care. And that's just not acceptable for people anymore. People are not worried about just doing what society needs them to do. And, you know, being a part of the big plan. People are looking for individual personal fulfillment above all else these days. And obviously, as is with the case with a lot of those guys that you see in these videos talking about, you know, what a scam marriage is, they just think it's something where you're going to be with somebody for a while. They're going to try get what they can off of you, and then when they find somebody else who can give them more, they're going to run away and try to take half of your stuff when they go and leave you with nothing. So people are just like, I'm done with it. Why would I want to get involved with that? The traditional values are just gone. And you can understand why people feel that way. There still are people who are raised, especially in certain, you know, religions or certain areas where traditional culture is still kind of inculcated in everyone, who are more interested in the traditional marriage, and they do understand those values, that it's about something more than just themselves, and something more than just two people loving each other. As far as the rest of us are concerned, and you enter into a marriage contract with the rest of us in this society, you have certain obligations that we expect you to live up to, you know? It's not just about, oh, I found somebody I love and we're going to hang out together. You're expected to raise children, like I say, who are going to be good people and hopefully teach them a trade, or at least make sure they get educated. Back in the old days, it was easier, you know, families passed down trades and family businesses, family farms, stuff like that. But today, at least, we'd like to see you get your children educated and help them learn to be productive. And a lot of parents have failed in that because they just never really thought it was their place, you know? They're like, huh, I'll do what I want, let my kids do what they want, and we'll all be happy, which isn't the way it usually works out. You can see big difference from what it is when I'm here usually. I haven't been down here for this thing forever. But that's my little point for today. That's just something that has changed in our society. That's probably one of the biggest indicators of how much things have changed, is that the way people do look at marriage. Because for a lot of people, it's just, you know, like a man and a woman, or, you know, whatever other combination these days, feel like being together. And it's not a forever thing where they are planning to be the core basis of a new family and to teach that family the common values of the society in which we live. People today are interested in only themselves. I mean, we see this a lot in Philippine dating, you know, which, getting back more to the core of what my channel is about, things that are related to the Philippines. You know, I just saw a comment on a video yesterday talking about, you know, people having problems retiring these days and how you're going to survive in retirement. And one guy commented on there that he was going to be retiring, moving to the Philippines. And then, of course, you had a couple of people jump on and tell him, just make sure you rent, don't buy, don't get involved with anyone, have to take care of their family and all this stuff, you know, all the horrors of being involved with someone where it's not just going to be you and your money, being able to just say goodbye and split whenever you want. And that's what a lot of people are looking for these days. They're no longer interested in being part of that kind of an extended family unit or having any obligations other than what they might feel like doing. And if their attitudes change, their desires change, they want something different, they don't want to have anything holding them back and tying them down to the relationship or situation they were in before that. And that's just one of the major ways that our society has changed. But I've seen a few videos lately, just people whining about marriage is a scam and all this kind of stuff. And that's how a lot of people view it. You know, they just look at it as something that's keeping them trapped in a situation that's not fulfilling for them. But that's not just their fault, though. You know, society as a whole has kind of failed these people, because the promise that society has to make back to these families is that there's going to be a society that's worth being a part of, you know? And a lot of people just aren't feeling that. Wow, a lot of people are uncovering their little tents and stuff here now. So, I don't know, this must be getting ready to kick off pretty soon as far as when stuff starts opening up. I came down over the hill down at the other end where I usually go, and it was all blocked off. See here, got some Greek Oh, we got a Philly cheesesteak, Philly fries. Huh. I might have to tell my, oh, we got some baklava. Might have to tell my wife about this. I didn't realize this was all going on today.
It starts at 10.
10?
10 o'clock.
All right, thanks.
No, it's actually canceled.
What's that?
They canceled today. Huh? They canceled today.
Oh, okay. One woman told me this starts at 10 today, and the other one was like, they canceled today. They said on Facebook. I don't know. Who knows what? I guess if they don't know, I sure don't know. Because I just found out about it. Doesn't look like it's canceled, unless those people are all just opening up so they can clean things out. But yeah, marriage means a lot of things to, different things to different people. But it's not viewed the way it used to be. But the disappointment that a lot of people have with marriage is just because a lot of people have never really understood that fundamental point. They think it's about them. Oh, look, I found the man or the woman of my dreams, and it's based on some kind of a romantic fantasy and all that sort of thing. But that's not what marriage was ever really about in terms of the institution itself and, as a legal arrangement in society. Anyways, just thought that I would point that out. And we got to see a little of the possibly opening and possibly not opening art festival. Have to check back with that.